Hi, I'm Marcus Todd. Right now I'm going to make a whole food big batch of marinara so you can have some whenever you want in the future to help out your diet and make your life a little easier. So what I have here, big can, tomato puree, whole tomato puree. I love using cans because it's a consistent product. You always know how much acid and how sweet it is. So if you always use the canned products, you're pretty much always going to get the same end result. I'm using 2 good size, I'm a big guy, looks medium, but 2 good size yellow onions, 1/3 of a cup of chopped up garlic, and then some fresh Thai basil from my own garden. I'm just going to chop up the onions and the garlic, throw it in here, heat it up, let it caramelize with no oils, and then use the tomato sauce to kind of pick up all the flavor that sticks to the bottom. Let that go, puree it, add my basil, cool it, and then store it. Alright, here I go. So right now, while I'm chopping the onions, you can either do 1 or 2 things with the skins. You can throw them in liquid now, or you can put them in a little baggie in your freezer and save them with all your other like vegetable scraps to make vegetable stock later on, so you don't put a lot in the waste. So here we go. Getting my stock pot up and ready. Chopping my onions. There we go. If you can get a couple sprigs like this, put them in your fridge. So whenever you have people over and you're making pasta, you can just put that right on top of the marinara. It is very pretty. I'm keeping the leaves whole because they're going to break up anyways. I like Thai basil because it adds more flavor to the marinara. It holds up its own. Regular basil, just kind of sweet. Now it sounds like I have oil in here, but I don't. And that's another reason why you want heavy bottom pots. They'll hold the heat and give you the color you want. And when it gets on the bottom, like I said, don't worry about the darkness that gets on the bottom of your pot, on your stainless steel pot, because when you add your tomato puree, that is going to help clean all the flavor off the bottom of your pot and make it into sauce. And as you can see, without oil, I'm developing a really nice color on these onions. Nice caramelizing, you see that? All the sugars being active. Moving around in there, all the fibers loosening up, letting all the water out. Now, I'm going to add my 1/3 cup of garlic. And again, you want to do that pretty soon before you add your tomato sauce, because garlic will burn. I turn down the heat, and I'm just going to let it sit for a sec with the lid on. Keep the moisture in there to keep it from burning. And let some of the tomato, some of the liquids kind of come out, and to let it kind of cook off and get rid of that raw, tanniny taste you get with raw tomatoes. I'll come back to this in a couple minutes and stir it and show you where I'm at. Alright, so it's been going for a while now. Bubbling up. Yep. Doesn't smell raw anymore. And you can taste that you've pincéed or caramelized the tomatoes. And once that's happening, you turn it down a little bit lower. Go ahead, sprinkle in your basil. And I just let that sit, soak in. And that was, a couple sprigs. Fresh basil, I love fresh basil. You can use dehydrated basil leaves if you want. Just make sure to use a little bit because it will explode, the flavor-wise. And it always tastes overcooked. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Chef Marcus Todd, and I hope you enjoy.